Here we have the Felicette Grenache Noir from the Languedoc in France.
Lovely stuff.
Felicette, first cat to go to space.
First cat to go to space?
Yes.
As in first of many, or?
Couldn't tell you exactly how many cats, but it was, Felicette was the name of the cat that was sent into space on a little round trip. Hopefully it made it home, but they sent a lot of cats, dogs. They sent a lot of chimps.
Laika was the dog. He never made it back, did he? Sad. I took my kids to the Space Centre. They're only 4 years old. Nice. When we got to that bit, Laika didn't come back. They weren't happy about it.
No. Well, anyways, one of the coolest labels we have, Space Cats. That's
it does look good. It does look good.
It is a funky looking wine, and it's there for people who dare to dream to go further.
Wow.
That's what it says.
Very nice. It's Grenache Noir.
Yes.
Which is just Grenache. Grenache Noir is because Grenache is available. There is also a white version of Grenache, but we tend to just call Grenache the red one Grenache, and then the other one Grenache Blanc. But they've called it Grenache Noir to make sure we are sure.
They also do a Grenache Blanc.
Do they?
So we've got
very nice.
We've got a white and a red.
So yes, Grenache Noir, Grenache as it's known in Spain. It's a Côte de Rhône grape varietal. So you find it in the Côte de Rhône where you get all the red wines there are a blend of Grenache first. There has to be 50% or more. Shiraz and Mourvedre. If you're wondering what Côte de Rhône is, you might have seen Côte de Rhône written on wine lists and stuff. It's the home of Châteauneuf de Pape. So Châteauneuf de Pape is just a premium Côte de Rhône made from at least 50% Grenache, as well as the others. This is 100% Grenache, which is actually fairly rare in mainstream wine. Grenache is a sun worshipper. I like to think of Grenache as, what's the name? That Gran on Benidorm, the one who's just like orange.
The mobility scooter.
Just pure orange. Loves the sun. One of the mirrors.
Yeah.
Loves the sun, Grenache. It will absolutely soak it up. As a result, it gets super jammy really quick. Jammy and rich. And what we call in the wine industry, flabby.
Weird, but yes, that's what it's called.
Flabby, which basically means it's so overripe that you've got pure fruit and nothing else. There's no structure, there's no body, there's no weight. It just becomes a bit sort of in flavour. Now, that's why Grenache has been steered away from in the past as a single grape varietal, just a bottle of it on its own. But savvy winemakers out there are finding ways to get around that. This is from the Languedoc, foothills of the Pyrenees, it says, and that's absolutely right. So we're talking right down before we get to the Spanish border. You've got the Pyrenees there, and in those foothills of the Pyrenees, what's really important is we've got altitude. And altitude is what is going to stop this wine from getting flabby. It's a really important posh word called diurnal change.
There he goes.
Diurnal change. So basically what that means is it's really hot in the day, but because of the altitude of being in the mountains, it's very cold at night. And being very cold at night means the acidity in this wine is preserved, which gives it bite, gives it character, gives it weight, and means that it doesn't become flabby. And I think it's very good.
Yeah, there's quite a lot going on. It's quite it's quite big for a. I was surprised to see it was only 13. We've had some bigger, higher alcohol wines that were kind of on par with this. For the kind of feeling you get from it.
Yeah.
Is that the region? Is that the grape? Like what's giving that?
It's the sun worship for sure. It is surprising to see it at 13% because, to be honest with you, if you wanted to find a red wine, let's say maybe in Italy, that had the same amount of really dark concentrated fruit flavour, sort of turning towards licorice and really dark concentrated flavour, you'd have to go really far south in Italy, and it would have to be super Scorchio, and it'd have to be like Pulian Primitivo or something like that. They've managed to achieve this because it loves the sun. It just soaks it up in the day, as we said, but that coolness at night makes it, not turn into a big flabby beast. And so, 13%, but it's got all of the concentrated flavour. And licorice for me is the one. I think there's a real dark licoriciness going on here.
And given that kind of fairly bold flavours going on in here, virgin towards jammy, where are we going with food?
For me, it's going to have to go with something that has a sauce that's going to be similar. So, if you're doing something, if you're feeling a bit posh and you're doing duck and you've got those plummy, sticky sauces, or if you're doing lamb and you've been working on the gravy all day, and it's become rich and dark and sweet, anything like that, this is going to match up perfectly.
Nice. Look, put the lamb on low now, and I'll be there.
Cheers.